An important rep of the Ripple community sends word on Twitter that German HSBC Bank now gets on board the ship with Ripple customers. Just recently, an important member of the XRP community, XRP Darren, posted on his Twitter account an official PDF document with the site HSBC, whose asset volume totals $2.5 trillion, which proves that the Deutsche Bank, HSBC, and Xoom are now both cooperating with Ripple. Now, of course, here is a small bit of a link, and of course, you can see that the member of the XRP community, xRapid Darren, was the person who really kind of shed some light about this here on the Twitter community there. So looking a little bit further regarding this document, so here we have a PDF form from Deutsche Bank titled Digitalization and the Future of Commercial Banking. Now, I'll leave a link in the description for this because it is about 16 pages long, a pretty in-depth read here. But the idea behind this pamphlet here is just using an example piece. And we have to go down to page 11 where we see the section entitled The Risk of Commoditization. Now, of course, here it goes into a little bit more detail. It talks about how a further consequence of digitalization is the commoditization of traditional services, one of which is payment processing. For decades, networks of corresponding banks moved money from one country to another, yet many new companies are disrupting this model. One example is Earthport, which, as a cross-border payment service provider, partnered with the digital currency network provider Ripple Labs to allow enterprises, including banks, to transfer money more efficiently. Ripple Labs provides a network-enabled real-time payments across borders in different countries. Its clients include 2 of the top 4 global banks and 4 of the top 20 U.S. banks. That includes Bank of America, HSBC, Western Union, Xoom, and American Express among them. Within correspondent networks, a handful of banks set the foreign exchange rates, while with digital currency systems such as Ripple, banks are likely to compete on every single global payment, pushing down the cost. Again, a pretty extensive connection when it comes to what Ripple's trying to do and the amount of partners they're trying to make here. So with this information in mind, you can easily see how this right here could expand itself out to something as big as SWIFT. Of course, really the idea would be to have all the banks that are dealing with SWIFT to just simply onboard themselves with Ripple Lab as well. My guess is if they want to have some sort of involvement with the Bank of America and again HSBC, these big name banks out here, they're more than likely going to want to get partnered up through Ripple Labs as well. That right there might take some time, maybe even a couple years from now, to get the entire expansion set into the Ripple Labs network. But the idea again is that this growing phase that Ripple is trying to do when it comes to getting more partners, more banks, more financial institutions on board is continuously growing. And of course, this right here will absolutely continuously spread itself out if Ripple keeps doing what they're doing right here, making these partners. And something else I wanted to quickly jump into when it comes to the topic of Ripple here. So when we're talking about adoption for Ripple here, it was actually really interesting to hear just recently that MercuryFX, which we know has been a partner with Ripple recently, and of course they specified they were going to be using xRapid, they just came out and stated that their largest commercial payment was very successful going through xRapid, and it was a payment of roughly around $4,574 from UK to Mexico. Now, of course, I understand that this is a very simplistic process when it comes to transferring money back and forth, but for this company here using xRapid, this is a pretty big move. And if we start seeing more of these types of transactions going through, just imagine that this right here could be the minimum kind of payment for a company like MercuryFX, and the maximum could be very large numbers, 50,000, 100,000. Who knows exactly how large those kind of numbers could be, but the idea here is that we're seeing success with xRapid, even with a company such as MercuryFX. So good for MercuryFX, definitely, and of course, definitely very good for xRapid and Ripple. So I just wanted to make sure we were emphasizing, again, some of the successes taking place with xRapid here. And one last thing I wanted to quickly go over. Looking into a little bit more research here, I stumbled across this article from CryptoCoinSpy.com where we can see the blockchain tech startup Cred launches Cred Earn financial product where you can earn 10% APY on Bitcoin loans. Interesting enough, it's not limited to just Bitcoin. You can do this with Ethereum and XRP as well, again, where you can earn interest on your holdings through Cred Earn. Now, I have to tell you as a disclaimer that this right here is something that does not apply to US residents. It is something that they are working on. They have made an announcement, I believe, on Twitter where they're stating that it should be something coming soon for US residents because they are working on this. I would imagine that it really has to do with a lot of the regulatory clarity from the SEC they're waiting on, but nonetheless, at this moment, that is available for at least 183 countries. But the idea here is that it is a new financial solution called Cred Earn, and of course, it allows you to earn interest on your holdings. And this is all done through what looks to be the Uphold wallet. It says right here, the only way to access Cred Earn is via the exchange feature through Uphold. And of course, that is a fintech startup, which right alongside of two other blockchain-friendly entities such as Brave and Blockchain at Berkeley, they were founded at the Universal Protocol. But again, you can see here that it talks about how for the first time in 183 countries around the world, Uphold customers now have the opportunity to earn their crypto and several other digital assets. So again, this is something for everyone to just simply go in and take a look at. If it actually pertains to you and your country, again, leave in the comment section if this is something that works and is successful and you're actually seeing some pretty good earnings in there with your cryptocurrencies. More importantly, that XRP. Outside of that, guys, I just wanted to quickly end on that. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button, and of course take advantage of that Ledger Nano link that's in the description so you can secure cryptocurrencies. I also have an Uphold wallet link so that if you're new to this channel or new to cryptocurrencies and want to just simply dabble, get your feet wet, it's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of that. Look into it. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just letting you know that that wallet system is actually very easy to use and very easy to get yourself into when it comes to just starting off. So again, take a look at that and let me know how you feel about it. Outside of that, guys, thanks again for watching. Have a good day.